Okay, everybody, welcome to a rousing rendition of PMALCS host PMA Overwatch League. Even though I'm the
What
only
a time to be
PMALs.
alive.
Wait, what?
What a time to be alive.
Oh, yeah, what a time to be alive. I apparently can't hear AJ, just like in game when I don't listen to his calls. I mean, can't listen to his calls.
That's why we lost last map, you idiot.
Anyway, that's a whole nother match for a whole nother time. We're coming to you tonight with a matchup between No Mercy and PePe2020. I don't believe this has an impact on standings, but this is your first place versus your second place teams heading into playoffs. So you could call this potentially like a finals preview, if you will, since these are potentially looking to be your two favorite teams heading into the playoffs.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think Pepe hands are PePe2020, formerly known as PePe2020, now known as Pepe hands. I think they have one loss, and I believe it's 2 No Mercy.
That sounds
well. Then
about
how
right.
are they playing No Mercy
no,
again?
that's not right.
They have 2 losses. They have 2 losses because they played against.
No. If they're
Let me pull the stats,
hold
boys.
up. If they're playing No Mercy, then why are they playing No Mercy again?
Well, we played.
All right, look here. I'll pull some stats.
And it might
we win these, boys.
It might have been preseason.
I think they only have one loss right now, and it came at the hand. I think it came at the hands of Excelsior, because Excelsior
they did lose to Excelsior.
Because Excelsior beat everybody but No Mercy and Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dive Comps.
They did lose to Excelsior.
And they're sitting at 5-1 right now, right?
Well, I'll tell you when I pull the stats.
Well, pull the stats.
Lost to them during preseason, though.
That I could believe.
Because they definitely played each other. This isn't the first time they've played each other.
Standings.
Regardless,
PePe2020 has only lost one match. They are 16-2.
And No Mercy is what, 18-0 right now, right?
16-0.
Currently 15-0.
They still play 2 more
matches. Because they are a match behind from Pepe. Because their regularly scheduled matches tomorrow.
It's all coming up sensible now.
But
anyway.
5-0 No Mercy, 5-1 PePe2020.
Anyway, while we get this into the game,
odds.
I'm joined with the Caleb Swamp Daddy of Legends playing Overwatch. Adjective Swamp Daddy. And some guy whose name sounds like a 70s R&B musician.
Look, it was heavily inspired by a friend of mine, and it's real good. Don't talk shit about it.
Listen, I do what I want, kid. Anyway,
you know what?
While we're getting in the game,
I'm upset.
I don't care who does it, but one of you two, run us down these starting lineups.
Well, on No Mercy, we have Brontosaur, Omnilus, Biggie Twig, Master KX, I Love Lamp, and Edgelord 666. Which, for No Mercy, I believe they're so dominant. They have strong DPS, strong tanks. Their healers are their lacking department, but it doesn't really matter when you have strong tanks. And when I say lacking, it doesn't mean that they're bad. It just means they're not as strong as their tanks, which are so strong. Strong. Maybe even strong.
Strong is a good one.
I have a very serious question really quick. How do I turn chat off?
You type enter /H enter.
Perfect. Thank you. Now,
and then for Pepe hands, what we have is we have equally strong tanks and equally strong DPS. So I think what this game is going to come down to is what the healers can do to keep their tanks up. Or, on the slight side of that, is which DPS will hit harder. So,
absolutely.
I'm excited for this, and it's something that I'm noticing right off the back is that we have Nightlife, who is the bane of Twitch existence, playing Sombra. Here's my assumption here. My assumption is that he's not playing Sombra. What he's actually going to do is he's going to go in there, do a little reconnaissance, and then switch to Diva. That's my expectation. I think they're going to run goats here.
You know what I see that intrigues the crap out of me is a Foxum Reinhardt.
Well, Fox
I've
plays
seen
Reinhardt
it
occasionally.
I have not. I'm excited.
it's not his strongest suit, so I think that might play an effect here. And here they go. Sombra's going to do some reconnaissance and probably switch back to a D.Va. So what she's looking for here is what does she see, and she notices that it's Ghost. So switching to D.Va, and there it is. And what they don't see is the Widowmaker. I don't know if that's going to make
Should have tab information here, so we'll see how that plays out there.
Yeah. All right, they're playing it strong, going straight to the high ground. Oh, big pin. But I think the Ryan is going to die here. Yep, he's gone. It was a risky pin. Going into Goats, you're just going to get deleted. And the Lucio's gone. Master KX is about to be deleted right after that. He makes it out alive. And wow, D.Va dives right on top of Widowmaker. Master KX, the lone Zarya on point, trying her best here, but huge plays. They're not going to be able to hold it. This could be a potential huge stall in the D.Va. Looks like she's going to be able to get out in time.
I'll tell you, it's funny to see the Reinhardt of Omnilus charging straight into the team, getting destroyed, and then Foxem does the exact same thing, but actually lives.
You don't charge into Goats. You don't do it. Okay, so what we have here is this Widow switch onto the Ashe, which is a much better switch in my opinion.
Oh, that shatter.
Now that's the problem with Goats. That's the problem with Goats. He was able to get his ult super fast because what you have is 3 600 HP tanks to offer all that juicy ult charge.
Yo, that was a sick freaking shatter by Omnilus, not gonna lie.
Played it perfectly.
Absolutely. One ult, one team fight. That's what you want on defense here on Volskaya.
Alright, the best case scenario here is that No Mercy, Master KX is going to get his grab before New Kappa Turk, and also they don't have any defensive ult to sort of counter that. Twitch only had 47% of his ult. Now, he should be able to get that pretty fast considering it's Goat, so let's see how this plays out. Oh, and that's what happens when a Hanzo main plays Reinhardt. Deleted.
Yeah.
Even F in the chats for Foxem right there.
It was unfortunate.
An unfortunate block if you're Foxem, but a really nice block if you're Omnilus.
Yes.
And he's actually now lapped Foxem on shatter, since he now has the second one up after Foxem just uses the first.
Yeah, so the trick to this point is going to be staggering using your grab, then shatter. Grab, then shatter. So you want to use one ult, win the team fight. One ult, win the team fight. But what we're seeing here is that No Mercy's about to come in here with 5 ults. The Lucio's about to get his ult in the next 15 seconds. And then you're just going to have domination coming from No Mercy for the next 3 fights if they use their ults correctly. They have 3 fights in the bag if they use their ults. But let's see how this goes. Omni's coming in with a big go.
Oh, I almost paid that.
This is going to be interesting. Okay, that was actually a huge shatter. He was able to prevent them from doing anything extra after the grab. So they were like basically immobilized for the duration of an entire grab and a shatter. They're going to win that fight. They did have to throw 2 ults, but if they did, I don't think they would have won that fight. Master KX is just cooking right now. Interesting Bob, I don't know if that was a good play.
Is he swapping off Ana there, maybe? Or is he swapping off Ashe there, maybe?
No, I think that might have just been an overly aggressive switch. The good news is that Ashe can just ult farm all day off these tanks, so she should be able to get it back pretty fast, but Bob is such a powerful asset, I think that was a little bit hasty used there. Of course, it's just fun seeing Bob on the field with his cute little bowler hat. Oh, Nightbot is demeched. This is huge. They're going to have to re-evaluate this push here because pushing Goats without D.Va is actually impossible.
Especially when the Zarya has grab. Like, then you have no chance to stop the grab at all.
Right. But even more so is the Goats is fundamentally the most important character to the Goats is going to be wow, huge shatter, but I think it's going to end up getting Omnilus dead here. Yep, he's gone. And I don't think everyone's going to make it out of this alive, but he's actually just fine. And here comes Bob. Like I said, that's just a little ult battery with all these tanks around here. I love Lamb coming in with a huge sound barrier. It actually is able to keep Bob for a second longer and maybe do damage. Huge bubble on Omnos is able to save him, but it doesn't matter. There's too many ults coming out from the side. side of Pepe Hands. And it looks like it's just going to be a... Oh, that is a huge grab coming in from Master KX, but I don't think it's actually going to be able to do anything with it. There's just a Lucio on the point right now. Maybe if he can get the Ryan to the point, something can happen, but... huge shatter coming on the point. It was beautiful, miraculous. The brig goes down. That's a huge pick. Edgelord coming in as Reaper. This is going to do some serious work if he can get in the action, but Moira goes down, and now they don't have a main healer. Lucio's back to the point. Twigs. Lucio for Pepe Hands. It's going to be a hard one to win for them, but Edgelord goes down with 65% ult charge. He came in there really fast with the ult charge. I just got to say, No Mercy's doing a fantastic job just stalling this out over and over. If Edgelord can come back in here as a Reaper, he should be able to get his ult within one push. Oh, they're not going to make it. Booped off the point. Amazing stall. Amazing stall by No Mercy to kind of try and hold that together after some very questionable ults were thrown throughout that entire engagement. The double Zarya, the Reinhardt shatters, but it pays off. It pays off for Pepe Hands.
Yeah. In the category of best shatters that didn't mean anything, Omnilus takes the cake with that. I think it was
probably 3 times.
It was either a 5-man or a 6-man. It was at least 5. Got all of them on the point. Unfortunately, he's just a solo Reinhardt, and you can't quite clean it up on your own without any support.
Yeah, it was a valiant effort. He couldn't have done it any better. It was able to, if anything, they're laying on the ground 3 to 5 seconds. I don't know the exact time. I think it's like 3 seconds. And because of that, that's 3 seconds of 6 people not doing damage to him, which means that he can survive for a little bit longer, allowing another teammate to come out to continue the stall. So, although he may not have killed anyone with it, although he did charge the brig, so that's a pretty big pick. It was perfect in that it allowed just the right amount of time to continue the stall. So I mean, they got it down to under 2 minutes, which
on Volskaya and a Goats matchup, you're honestly happy with, because you've seen 4 or 5 minute time banks before on this map in Goats metas.
So it looks like No Mercy is not going to do a counter Goats, which I am all a fan for. I love trying to counter Goats without Goats, because it's just like it feels like the easy thing to do, but let's make it a little bit more challenging. Let's get a Genji in there. The Genji is going to have a hard time doing a lot of work with the brig in the back line, but his goal is going to be to try and pick off the Lucio. If he can get the Lucio, that's it. Instantly we have him coming in, and a big pin on the enemy on the front line. And Genji comes in with the dash to finish it off. That's a huge pick there. But I don't know if Genji's going to be able to make it out of this alive. Just barely. Maybe he can get some healing in the back, but unlikely. They're all topped up, and Omnilus is on the point. He goes for another very aggressive charge. It looks like No Mercy's going to be able to cap this if they can just take care of these supports. And there goes one, and Diva is denied. It's going to be an easy win for No Mercy. They capped that just as fast as Pepe Hands capped their first point. And all that was some more charge for Omnilus. Take a comparison look at Omnilus' Shatter and Fox's Shatter. Huge difference. So what they're going to go into this point with is Nano Blade and a Shatter. It's going to be devastating. If they can pull this off correctly, this is going to be an easy second cap right here.
Absolutely.
There's the Nano. He's going to turn and Shatter.
Oh!
You knew it was coming. As soon as the Genji started dashing up in the air, the Reinhardt was going to turn around. Omnilus takes that opportunity to take a huge Shatter. Here comes the bomb. Is it nothing? Let's see if they can get the Moira here, and the Moira goes down. Ooh, and then we have everyone on the Hanzo. Wow, huge grab. It's going to be able to... there's so much damage coming from Pepe Hands. They were able to... Despite all that huge play from No Mercy, Pepe Hands is able to just slowly pick off each one by one, and No Mercy's not even allowed to get a single take. Wow. It's supremely unfortunate because they had that fight every right they deserved to win that fight, except for they just weren't able to capitalize on their kills.
PePe having a huge defense, getting on some of them stall picks, picked up a wrecking ball that has since been swapped off of, but huge job to just stall that point out and not give up any ticks.
It was a 6v4 in every right of that. No Mercy should have won, but there was just Edgelord has his blade again. It was so fast. I'm assuming his logic there was just never expect me to have this. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it.
Right.
Unfortunately, the grab was used as a sort of, oh my goodness, he was on the stage. Another shatter. Omnilus is getting shatter after shatter after shatter. He's charging in there. Let's see if he can do some work as a Nano Rhine. He's just smacking him with that huge hammer. But unfortunately, both supports on No Mercy are down. I don't think it's going to be another failed wipe. Again, what I'm seeing here is No Mercy is struggling in the support department. Every time they win a huge fight, something happens to one of their supports. They get picked off, and slowly the rest of the team starts to disintegrate because no one is being able to heal. Great Pilgrim won the Moira. PePe is able to keep the rest of his team up despite, even if they have 1 or 2 losses in the game. The supports are really making that difference. Alright, they're pushing into the beat drop. I don't know how that hit two of those people, but he must have gotten behind the shield a little bit. The Ana goes down again. So again, they're in this fight without their main healer, and they're going to slowly start getting bleeding unless the friggin' Lucio can use some serious work. Master KX is just high charge, high energy. Unfortunately, he's going to go down. There's just not enough healing to support all that damage coming in. Huge anti on that Reinhardt. I think they can actually capitalize on this if they play this right. Here comes the Reinhardt. He's going to come in with a huge bit of life, but the bubble saves his life just in time. Oh my. This is going to be a deletion on every level, but again, there's nothing really there to keep them up, so No Mercy is just going to go down. We're seeing huge shatter after huge shatter, but there's just no support there to keep them up.
Nuke played that fight really well, to be honest. I was on his game for most of it. Kept just the right distance to where he could get optimal damage out without getting into danger at any time.
Right. They're staying in a they're constantly, when they lose team fights, they're not going in there too aggressive to just die on the point. They're trying to regroup a little bit, seeing how 1-1 maybe we can stall, and then 4 more people in the fight. It's a
oh my god!
This is a fat shatter, the Shattening 3.0, and then that was a questionable play by Fox. The team just lost their main tank. That could cost them this round, actually. The charge is huge, but I don't know if that was the right play there.
They're still on the point, though.
But they're about to all die, and now the Reinhardt is back alone. He's going to get cooked by this 100% charge, Zarya. They're going to try and stall this, but here comes the Blade. There goes the Lucio. There goes the Moira. This is going to be a full wipe.
Again, though, you feel reasonably okay with that defense. You brought them down to about, what, 219, I think it was. Absolutely nothing wrong with that with defense on Volskaya, especially when you have pretty similar time banks. You're looking at a 20-second difference.
Right. It's honestly what it comes down to is PePe played that stagger point extremely well. They didn't just throw everyone on the point. Whenever they heard the Genji blade go off, they would say, "Okay, let's just stay off the point for a second. Let's get back on there." They still haven't taken a single tick, but at the end of the day, No Mercy capped that faster than PePe, despite PePe phenomenal defense there. So I expect, going into this overtime match here, my prediction is that No Mercy is going to end up taking this, despite PePe looking so good. I think No Mercy is going to figure out what's going on. They've had the switches. They're actually running a Doom sort of triple support comp. Triple support is big right now. It's not about goats, it's about triple support. Triple support is the meta right now. So I expect No Mercy to be able to dominate with this. The Doom's going to get in there, do more damage than they can deal with. And I'll say this is a bold statement considering both teams have capped the first point so fast. I don't think PePe is going to be able to cap this first point at all.
Ooh, that's a really bold statement considering how fast the first persons were on both attacks.
what's going to happen, if they lose it, it's because Omnilus get picked off first. They're able to save the Reinhardt from any disaster, but it's still looking very dangerous for him. He's able to get charged back up, and the Doomfist is doing work in the back. He's still doing some serious work. Now the tanks are getting split up, and it's showing. There's going to be a lot of damage done here. Yep. They're not having any contest for the Doomfist right now. They're just getting destroyed.
Oh, well played first defense there, for sure, from No Mercy. Managed to get that early pick onto, I believe, that Silent Sniper taking the Brigitte.
And again, look at how Omnilus has his shatter before Fox is even at 60%. The Omnilus is just having shatter after shatter. He's making huge plays happen every single time. So it looks like PePe.
Oh my gosh!
He's able to counter it, but let's see. I hope Omnilus can stay up here. He's going to get deleted. And if they lose this point, it's going to be rough. Bronze Swords didn't make it out of that one alive, but let's see if they can keep it together.
I think. Oh!
Huge shatter. And like I said earlier, if they lose this point, it's because Omnilus goes down first, and that ended up what happening when he charged into Ryan. They were able to stall each other, and it just, you don't have any protection.
This should be at least one tick over to PePe2020.
It was almost a huge charge, but in that end, all he did was give Fox more ultimate charge. So I don't know if that was the correct way to go in there. The tanks are heading in fast with the Brig. They're going to try and capitalize on the fact that they don't have a Ryan point right now. And more than likely, they're going to be able to do it because Capiturk has a grab. It's going to come out in about 3 seconds.
Oh, Foxham's dead!
It's there. Both Brigs throwing out their big old armor for everybody. Health packs galore. Twig's throwing out his Lucio there. This is going to be a Q smash fest. Alrighty. Here.
Oh, that diesel
bombs. It's too big. Oh no, that Zenyatta ult is a little bit bad. It's going to end up costing someone a life.
Maybe not. Oh yeah, it did.
Master Kex is about to come in with a grab, and it's going to hurt a lot. Right now. And there's no Zenyatta to help protect him. So, I didn't get to see why the Zenyatta uses trance. Maybe he was getting picked off in the back line, but it ended up costing him that point.
Still though, you're reasonably happy with that. You got the first point and a chunk. You're still happy with that push in those overtime minutes, especially knowing how well you on your defense as PePe2020 were able to stall out on the second point. If they can get any kind of a hold on this first point, they're going to be looking in a good shape to potentially take a map off of No Mercy, which no team has been able to say yet in the split.
Definitely. My predictions have now changed because I thought that they could hold that first point, but again, Omnilus was able to, he got picked off first, which is no fault to him. When you're playing against a Ryan comp, when you're playing Goats and you have a Ryan in front of you, the rule is Ryan first, Brig second. And then from
closest
there,
target,
it's free-for-all. So they were able to do that. They got Ryan first, then they got Brig second. And then it was a free-for-all. So my new prediction is that No Mercy is going to cap this point, and it's going to go into overtime, and we're going to go get to see some beautiful, beautiful.
Can it go into overtime though? Because they got percentage on. They didn't get
any percentage on the second point. They weren't able to get a first tick. If you don't get a first tick, then there is no.
All right.
Yeah, they had to get at least a first tick to earn any percentage. So I'm predicting a overtime here now. Plus, I love overtime. It's very overtime.
Besides, who doesn't like a good rousing round of Control Center right after full Skya?
Alright, they're playing this very smart. They know they're coming in here with a defense.
Oh no!
Huge deletions. That's it. They're taking this point, no doubt.
That's not what you want to see on the defense.
Everything's dead. Everything's dead. At least they're able to get. The Ryan is able to get some charge off of pinning Brig, but is it enough? No, it's not, because Omnilus is about to have his ult, and Fox only has 16%. What's even more important is Lucio's. Twigs only has 10% on his. Okay, Grey Pilgrim only has 50% on his Zen Trance. So they have no defensive ults coming into this next fight. If the Rhine comes in here and shatters, that's it.
Right.
If he connects with a huge shatter.
And let's be honest, Omnilus has been
I've
connecting
said that
with
before.
some huge shatters so far
yeah.
this map.
I've said that before, and this team hasn't been able to capitalize on huge shatters, so fingers crossed.
Here's your moment. Bubbles down, stuns down.
Huge pin. Oh, huge pin. Shatter's coming in now.
He's dead.
Oh, he gets deleted. But Master KX is coming in with a Zarya grab any second. He's 85%. All he needs is one more shot with a big old. Ooh, he's gonna
Yeah, I think you hold the grab here. I don't think you throw it here. With defensive spawn advantage, I think this is the fight you give up.
Yep. You're gonna have to.
They need to just leave and reset. They're wasting time now.
Yep. They're providing more ult charge. Just stop healing. Stop healing.
Just get out.
No, you
just get out.
Although
they got the.
That's it. Nano. He was able to get the nano off finally. The Diva's gonna bomb. She's doing that to remech because she knows she was gonna use her mech anyways. Took the opportunity to get back on her mech.
Oh!
Oh my goodness, that's a huge shatter. I don't think anyone's gonna make it out of. Oh my.
That should be it now.
Huge Zarya grab. That's gonna be game.
No percentage given over yet
this.
though. And there it is.
All they need is 33%, and that's it. No mercy.
So it was a little sloppier than they wanted it to be there on point B on their second attack, but they did get it done. Managed to get not necessarily a big nano blade, but a nano blade that kept enough time to keep the rest of the team alive that was getting pressured. And they wound up pulling it out.
It definitely pressured the Diva to have to throw her mech so that she would have to. She threw it so that she can get her mech back. Because while everyone loves a good Diva bomb, Diva's most important part of her kit is her defense matrix. So she understands that. She was trying to stay in her mech, so she threw the bomb. Unfortunately, the shatter comes in, destroys Zarya, destroys Brig. They are able to just capitalize on that. So again, it always comes down to, I say this all the time, tanks win games.
Tanks are dank.
That came down to, Omnilus and Master KX just absolutely destroying. Omnilus especially, he had shatter after shatter after shatter after shatter. It was just...
Yeah, Omnilus played really well, had some huge shatters. He did have that one that was unfortunately like the best shatter that will never get anything. Except for one kill on a Brig, but really, really strong play all around from No Mercy. And we are headed to, speaking of Control Center, some Lijiang Tower.
I love Lijiang Tower. It's, as a former Lucio one-trick who has roughly 500 hours on Lucio, I love my King of the Hill maps. That's where Goats dominates, that's where AoE healing dominates. So your Moira, your Lucio, your Mercy, old Mercy, when she had that beautiful Valkyrie that could just heal from the sky. Lijiang is now my favorite King of the Hill map. It used to be Ilios.
I'm pretty keen on Ilios. Ilios is fun. It has a lot of fun points to play. But that doesn't matter because we aren't playing Ilios today, boys. We're playing the not the Volskaya. We just played Volskaya. We're playing the Lijiang.
Lijiang is my favorite because of the way the maps work. Mainly because it used to be Ilios for me, but mainly I don't like Ruins.
Ruins, see,
Ruins
ever since I became a Reinhardt main, I love Ruins because Ruins feels so good as Reinhardt because you got corners literally everywhere to play around.
The Ruins is just it's a death pit. The point itself, you'd never want to actually be in. You try to take the fights anywhere.
The only time I don't like Ruins is when I don't get the point taken early and they have a Symmetra. That's the only time I'm like,
So, Lijiang offers some huge plays. Although I will say Busan is quickly growing on me for a new.
See, I'm not a fan of Busan, but it's mostly because I do not like Sanctuary at all. Sanctuary always feels so awkward to play, and it's just never been. I've never quite gotten the hang of that point.
It's fun for Busan has this nice balance between, hey, this is a good sniper map, and hey, this is a good
and it's a
brawling
good
map.
dive map.
And
There is some nice things to be said about the differences between each point. I will give you that.
yeah, it's really fun to just like say, on this one we're gonna do this, on this one, like it allows that sort of the heart of what Overwatch is supposed to be, which is that let's
Exactly.
modify this team to work better. And that's honestly how I feel about all King of the Hill, because Li Jiang controls Control Center and Gardens you play those very
Oh yes, because like
so,
Control Center, you want to see Death Ball. You almost never see Dive.
If I had the choice, I would only watch King of the Hill in the Overwatch League, because it's just, this is like, I love this so much. King of the Hill is the best. It's where you get to see all the big plays.
So what do we think we're seeing here to start off on Gardens? My guy. Goats. I still remember, speaking of goats, the first foray I had into it was, I think it was you on Ex Machina trying to convince Devin why we need to run goats, and Devin's like, I don't know, man. And then we were trying it, and we were getting rolled. He's like, this ain't working, man.
It was still in the early stages, so a lot of people didn't quite understand it, but we knew it was going to be big. Now it just dominates the entire OWL. It's getting to a point where it was like Dive season 4, 5, 6.
What I like about goats, and what's making it a little bit refreshing for me, is you're starting to see the variations on it that you wouldn't have expected. You're starting to see Winston in place of the Reinhardt. You're starting to see things like some Mei, some Sombra tied in. You're seeing all these different healer options you can go with. I really appreciate those variations of it.
So as expected, we have PePe2020 coming in with goats, and No Mercy's not running goats, mainly because I believe Edgelord absolutely refuses to tank. So,
for what it's worth, they have a really good goats counter comp. You've got the Tracer that can farm this, you've got the Wrecking Ball that can disrupt it, D.Va to disrupt it.
I think the Tracer is actually the biggest weakness on this team, mainly because if she gets in there, she can get deleted with a swing.
That is true. That is true.
She's gone. Omnilus kills himself.
I've been there on Wrecking Ball before. I get it. Especially on this map, you like swing and you think you're gonna have a cool rollout, and then you're stuck on top of the lake, which I'm looking at right now, and then you're just like, well, I have to die. Been there, done that, Omnilus. I know how it feels, buddy.
So Pepe's being held to this choke in White Room. They're going to be struggling to get out of there. Omnilus can actually get a pretty big... Nope, he's not able to capitalize, but there's already a grab out from New Capitan. That's a huge grab, and Edgelord comes in with a Trace Pulse Bomb that hits the Brig and the... I can't say his name. Reinhardt.
Big, angry German guy.
Here comes the mines, and it's gonna, oh my goodness, it's huge. The biggest part of that play, if you didn't see, was the Lucio. The Lucio actually, as the Hammond came down, bashed him down, the Lucio booped him into the mines. I love Lamp, huge play.
Whose account is that again? I don't even remember.
That is just I Love Lamp.
Oh.
That is I Love Lamp. That's who it is.
Okay.
They love Lamp.
My LCS team last season was an Anchorman inspired team, and I was Ron Gergendy.
Looks like Reinhardt and Brig are just gonna get cornered and bashed to death. And I really don't see the Tracer being able to do too much here. It's just, she's just gonna be fully disappointed.
However, Omnilus was keeping 3 people busy on his own throughout all of that.
Oh, Hamster is the master.
Especially into a triple tank support.
Alright, so No Mercy is now at 85%. When they're at above 85%, that technically means that Pepe Hands only has time for one more attack. They can get on the point one more time, fight one more time. They're throwing out the Brig ult. Lucio has a sound barrier. Lucaster has a grab. Let's see what happens here.
Fox.
And... Oh, okay, that was a spectator. Let's see what happens. There's a lot of ults happening here. Okay, that's the big play. Fox goes down. There's just so much going on, so many Qs. They know that this is their last fight. And after losing the Reinhardt, the Brig, the Lucio goes down. It's just going to be a bloodbath. All they have to do now is get this Zarya down, and they won this game, but the Zarya is so high charge, I just don't see them being able to get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Nightbot's trying all he can, but Fox is back. He just not on the point.
Huge shatter, but it's not in time. It's time. Fox. It was so good. You could have gotten the Moira there. They would have lost their main healer, and that would have been it. They would have won that point.
They could have.
Came back and
before that last fight,
shatter them.
I was watching Fox. Fox, like, out of nowhere, like, charges directly right to where he would have gone off the map, but somehow the Lucio boost, I'm like, I don't know how he didn't suicide there, but it was almost a very tragic play where they wouldn't have even gotten that last push. Fox was saying, enough of this Reinhardt, give me the Hanzo. I think there's something to be said for that. Fox was not a bad Reinhardt, but he's just not quite matching up right now, and I think his strengths are more well suited in a situation like this.
We're about to see it.
Absolutely.
Right now. New Capiturk, you're about to see. Nightbot is arguably the best Zarya.
Oh yeah, he's a monster on Zarya.
Fox is one of the best DPS in the league, and then you have Zarathustra, who's an insane tank. So, careful, No Mercy, if you think this is the same team, because it's not.
They've got angry. Pepe hands are angry.
You can see the difference right here. Nightbot just shredding. He's at 77%. He's going to have grab in this fight already. Huge bubble. It's just going to be... Watch this. Here comes the grab.
Oh, no.
There's just nothing you can do.
Except die. That's the only thing you can do there.
So look at this. Nightbot used the grab.
Already at 33? What in the world?
Watch. No, he's about to be at 30.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong one, my bad.
Back where Master KX is right now. Yeah, so he's... I guarantee he's going to get his grab before Master KX does, just strictly because he has so much energy right now. That's actually a really big dragon. It's able to pressure the tanks to not be able to push with the rest of the team. I don't know. Pretty big coming in. Uh-oh. I might be wrong about this. Master KX is coming back. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to underestimate you. You're a good Zarya.
Well, nobody was saying he wasn't a good Zarya. It was just a comment on Braden's play in general. And they still haven't even given this point over, despite the one fight.
It's close.
But Nightbot singly will eventually go down.
Gets deleted. Let's see if Twigs can keep up Zarathustra. If they can just stall this out a little longer, I think the rest of the team can
He
come
got to
back
stall
in
for
time.
about 5 more seconds, I predict.
I don't know. They're going to last a while.
Oh, that shatter was huge!
Oh,
it doesn't matter, though.
They're going to continue to try and hold this point. If they can just continue to stall this, they're going to have huge plays coming in. They're going to grab it. Oh, it's so unlucky. I thought he was trying to get it into the Dragons, but it caught the Brig, and it stuck right there instead. If they could have pulled him into the Dragons, they would have won that point.
On a fight that they started at about 20%, they end the fight with 66%.
Right. It was a valiant.
All eyes on Omnilus now. Those Omnilus got a shatter, and this is his chance to make a big play to turn it his direction. Kind of like that.
Yikes! But you gotta watch out. Here comes the Nano Line. It's the second scariest thing in the game, behind a Nano Blade and an Electric Cowboy, of course. But looks like Pepe Hands is just.
Hold on. I need some clarification here. What's an Electric Cowboy? What?
Oh, it's a Nano McCree.
Alright, I guess that makes sense. Oh,
yeah, it's a common.
Yeah, totally.
Have you ever seen an Electric Cowboy hold right click? It's terrible.
Oh, that dragon's from Foxham.
Oh, huge dragon. Guarantee you, if you Google Electric Cowboy, you're gonna see a Nano McCree.
I don't know. I'm a little scared to Google Electric Cowboy with
I'm doing it.
With the wide world that is Google. New Capiturk looking to set up with a pulse bomb here early and see if he can do anything with it. There's the bubble down.
Gotta make first safe
got eat!
Uh-oh. It's a night bar.
Oh, it's a night bar.
Huge E. Master KX is about to come in here with a grab, and they're not going to have anything to defend it because they already threw their Lucio sound barrier. And too many ults are coming out, in my opinion, but...
Can Zarathustra get back in? He's not even attempting to get back in time.
New Capiturk is going to try and stall this until it hits overtime. If he can stall it to overtime, what it's going to do is prevent No Mercy from being able to have fast respawns when they come back and cap it. So it's a good play to stall that to overtime. He didn't even lose his life in the process.
Now all eyes on Zarathustra. Can he get the shat to end all shats here? He's gonna be dead.
He's gonna try. Here comes the shatter. Oh no! Keep your Zarya up. Ooh, Omnilus was able to get his shatter way too fast. They're not gonna have time. Someone's gonna have to.
It's gonna be New Capiturk. New Capiturk's in position.
Otherwise, they're not gonna make it in time. All right, he has to go now. Now. If he doesn't go now, it's not in time. He's able to touch. It's enough to stall the point.
Oh!
Huge shatter! It's massive! It's the most massive shatter of my life, but he was in a trap. New Capiturk is able to at least get the Junkrat, which is a huge play because
that pin!
Damage, as Phil Swift would say. Omnilus takes the pin. Zarathustra is able to get back on point towards his healers. That's huge. Tracer Bomb grabs the Moira. That's a big play there, but Master KX is about to have Zarya grab, but it's too late. He's dead. Nightbot.
Oh my gosh.
Grab any second, but let's see what happens with this tire. And it's deleted.
Honestly, great play from New Capiturk there.
Cap this.
Getting the stall on the point, getting in there to the shatter, being the only one who could really follow up on it, and getting at least one kill out of it to set to kind of tilt the scales in their favor for that last fight.
It was the only play. It was.
And
the
they pulled
only
it
play
off.
they could possibly do. And I believe that what might have happened is No Mercy. There's a thing that can happen where you get the winner's mindset. They saw that they defeated them, and it was only 87% left, and they said they can't get back in time. But
For the Tracer,
scout out and look for the potential. They should have scouted out, looked for the potential jump, because if they would have killed New Capiturk before he could even touch the point, that'd have been it.
Well, and the New Capiturk getting on the point and getting that touch kind of drew the attention away from the front line just enough that Zarathustra could land a pretty huge pin, actually.
Reinhardt actually came around from the side instead of coming straight down the main hall, so he was able to do some serious work and get a little bit behind them. But now we're going to see the Hamster back. They were able to dominate on the first point with this very similar comp, so I'm expecting a similar thing to come from No Mercy here. But I'm pulling for Pepe hands. I'm a believer in
Kind of
Pepe
highlighting our
2020.
point, we do see now a pharmacy. This is now, I think, the 5th different hero we see New Capiturk on this map. Might only be forward, but it's been at least forward.
Edgelord just capitalizes and destroys Zarya. No cap.
New Kappa and Lux are having a pretty spicy 1v1 on the point.
Zarathustra is able to get a huge pin on Lucio, but it doesn't matter. No Mercy caps the point. Switch.
Oh, baby.
Oh, Nightbot gets his revenge after getting one. Well, he didn't get one clip, but he was low in health. Tracer took advantage of it.
But he does go down.
Now, little known fact, Hog got a secret buff last patch, and Nightbot knows about it.
Is it the armor?
Nope. It's a secret buff. But to be completely serious, his hook hitbox got massive.
New Capiturk with a huge barrage right on the point. This should flip it over to PePe2020.
Huge.
And I can't find him anymore.
Oh, yeah. Pepe is gonna hold this. Omnilus trying to do something, but with the Hog and the hack, it's
I
just
still like
not
the
gonna
fair pick
happen,
here.
bud.
And just as I said that, we got a McCree coming out of Edgelord. I was gonna say there's not really any huge counter. You got Diva kind of being annoying. And now we've got ourselves yet another variation on a kind of Goats comp where it's a triple tank with the McCree instead of a Brigitte. Kind of filling the stun aspect of Brigitte with the hit scan aspect that you need to deal with a Pharah. And there it is!
I think the most important pick here is going to be this Sombra. This Sombra is going to make or break this game here, because either she's completely ineffective or she's going to dominate the scene. Reinhardt coming in here with a Nano is just going to he's going to back out. He understands that he's in a situation that he shouldn't be in, and if he would have overextended that, he definitely would have gotten deleted from the Ashe.
So the only real ults we're looking at, oh, what a hook!
Oh, huge hook, and an anti. So Reinhardt's gonna get deleted here.
Actually, good healing.
There goes the shield. There goes
good healing on the side and No Mercy to keep that Reinhardt up and keep this push alive. Oh, but he hooks again.
Reinhardt doesn't have to. Reinhardt's about to lose his shield again. If he loses his shield again, Zarathustra's gonna take full advantage of that and make a huge cap. Here comes the shatter. Omnilus is looking for it. He's looking for it. You can see it in his eyes. He's thirsty. He's a hungry boy. The Pharah's coming up behind him. She's about to get her ult. Can she make magic happen?
We got a Nano Hog!
It's huge. The ante is huge. If he can just do a little bit more work, Zarathustra comes in. I expect a Shatter to come in on the Bob. Nope. It's just going to see a casual slow deletion. Huge Shatter. He goes for the ride. He's able to get him. I think PePe2020 is
They still haven't dealt with this Roadhog! Oh my gosh.
PePe2020 is going to win this. They were able to capitalize on that entire point. They couldn't deal with the Ryan. The Ryan comes in, does some serious
It's
work.
one hog and 4 supports on point.
The Ana is back up. If they could just deal with this Moira, they could win this game. McCree's trying to ult from a distance. He's able to get the Mercy. That's a huge pick. Shatter comes in. It's massive, but the Ante's going to be able to save the day. What a...
The grab will only get twigs.
It's able to save the Reinhardt. But it's not going to matter. They're just stalling at this point. No Mercy's going to be able to... I don't think No Mercy's going to be able to do anything about it. Luke's is on the point.
Yep.
As Ashe, but I think...
And No Mercy has lost the map. They are they are human.
So PePe2020 takes this one. We've got a 1-1.
I do not remember. I told that Dan guy when I originally thought it was going to be the guy casts to remember the maps, and then I forgot to tell you guys to remember the maps. So I'll have to check with the captains. I can ask.
I can take it right now. Mental water for water.
Oh,
Looks
King's
like it is going to be King's Row for Schnizzle. So, PePe2020 played that last point very well, but and not to discredit them any, No Mercy should have capitalized on that Reinhardt on the point. They let him survive way longer than he should have, and he was able to pull off a huge Shatter and just change the tide of that match. The rest of the team was able to get there. If it's not to say that what they did wasn't good, it's just what No Mercy did was bad. They couldn't capitalize on that situation, and they let it spiral out of control.
Well, and much like what we said, as soon as we saw both New Capiturk and Foxen swap off of the Zarya Rhine and go to their comfort in the DPS range, we were seeing things like Hanzo out of Foxen,
bread and butter,
things like Sombra out of Foxen, seeing things like Tracer and Pharah out of New Kappa. It was a whole different team.
Yes, I'm not sure if maybe they were just trying to prove something. I get that mentality sometimes as a former Lucio one trick. It's sometimes you just want to say, well, I can do other things. Trust me, I'm good at this. But then you switch back to your main and you climb 600 SR and you're like,
that's
okay,
me in comp. I'm like, I could play Reinhardt and win, or play Zenyatta and lose 15 SR. Okay.
So I struggled with that mentality for a while because I was playing other heroes and I was staying at high plat, low diamond, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make an account, play Lucio only again, and got up to 3,400. So you sometimes just stick with your bread and butter. It'll pay off. It'll pay off. And it's paying off for them. Braden Nightbot is an insanely good Zarya, so we're seeing some huge plays from him. You're seeing 9 times out of 10, it's a 2-to-1 grab fight. It's a 2-to-1. Nightbot has 2 grabs by the time Master KX gets 1. And don't get me wrong, Master KX, I would argue, is in the top 3 Zaryas in the league. He's an insanely good Zarya. But Nightbot, I'll say it, Nightbot is better.
Just in case in case anybody was unsure, Nightbot is Tinkley Daffodil. Just so people know the different accounts.
Right. And it's definitely not by much. It's a narrow margin, but you can see it. You can see it when you're watching the game. So, all I know is that King's Row is easily, you know what, these maps. These are like the 3 best maps in for each of their categories. And if I have to pick 1-2 CP, it'll always be Volskaya.
We got some really good maps. We got a really good map set for tonight's match, for what is probably the match of the season. too, might I add, because both teams are playing really well. Both maps have been hotly contested. It has not. It has lived up to the hype that it had coming into it.
So, my predictions for this map is what this is going to come down to, again, as always, is going to come down to tank play. But, more importantly, if Nightbot is on Zarya, and we have Zarathustra on Reinhardt, what you're going to see here is just some devastation in the front lines on defense or offense, and we're going to see that capitalization, and I think PePe2020 will win this, only if each person is playing their respective roles. Now, worst case scenario, this is where a loss comes in for PePe20, is Master KX is playing Reinhardt.
Wrecking Ball.
Omnilus is playing Reinhardt, and Master KX is playing Zarya. And Edgelord is playing Ashe. If Edgelord is playing Ashe, what you're going to see is pure devastation. It's just going to be destruction.
Well, all I will say heading into this map is we're heading into what I kind of deem as the premier Zarya Rein map in Overwatch. It is to that point where before Zarya Rein and Deathball was like the thing to play, you still saw it on King's Row. I was always excited tuning into Overwatch League and seeing King's Row was on the map pool. So it's like, cool, it won't just be Winston D.Va, it'll be something different. And that was before this stuff was meta. So,
yeah, when Dive was huge, it was still fun seeing King's Row because it's one of those maps that can still be utilized in a dive aspect because Ryan and Winston, both main tanks, you obviously need one of them, right? Or
there was a brief meta where it was like the Orisa Bunker realm on King's Row, which was kind of interesting to see as well. So
the Winston play here is you go through hotel, go through window, climb the high ground, and you go pure dive onto the point. Destroy. But dive isn't really a meta anymore, so what you're going to probably see is, if you're going to see dive, it's going to be only one dive tank, which it'll be D.Va or Hamster. More than likely, just one dive, and you're going to see Ryan Zarya. I suspect triple healing on both sides of the board. Something that's going unspoken but should be acknowledged is the fact that one thing that is making huge differences in these games is PePe2020. I don't know which one is their Ana player. I believe it's Twigs. He was getting some huge...
Both Anas have been playing really well throughout the night, might I just say.
I think PePe2020 has had the bigger Ana plays, though. There's been some huge antis that have literally changed the entire course of the fight. Because when a Reinhardt is a threat and he's being pocketed, he's no longer a threat if he can't heal.
Well, and that's why we first saw the Ana pop in as a ghost guy. It's like, your entire comp relies on healing, well now you can't heal, have fun.
So, we're seeing something very interesting here. We're running a Mercy Brig, and
I don't expect the Brig to stick from Foxen, but it might.
My bigger concern, honestly, is that... Okay, that's good. Twig switching to Ana is a great switch here. He was playing some huge Ana plays earlier, and it's just not enough to keep those tanks up. The Mercy need to be sticking on the Hunter. Just give him that damage. Another huge
oh my gosh.
And you know what? I don't mean to say that before the turn, but we have Ashton. I'm sorry.
That's a lot of damage. And a lot of aggression.
That's a lot of damage, Phil Swift. Again, it blows my mind how often Omnilus has his shatter. He's got it.
Oh my gosh.
If you didn't know. It's there. And there it is. But huge blocks. Although, it might have just been a bad...
It's hard to get a good shatter into Hotel here as a Reinhardt.
And he's there, really. This is going to be... I'm not... Here's the thing, though.
I feel like the Nano was a little extra.
That Nano...
The fight was won.
It was unnecessary. It was definitely over, and...
I was gonna say, if I'm Pepe Hands this fight, I am like trying to focus this Reinhardt, get him down immediately, because I now know there's no Nano for
As an Ana main, I typically save my nano to keep my Ryan alive. If he's at low health, throw him the nano. It prevents damage coming in. He gets health, hit him with an anti-nade, and he's just pumping with flavor juices, and he's gonna go kill things. So, Zarathustra.
Oh, nice sleep onto the Bob.
Shatter. He's not.
Oh no, sorry, it was on the big.
Comes Zarathustra Shatter. Oh, never mind. And Omnilus throws a second Shatter before Zarathustra can finish first. It looks like Pepe is going to win this.
Not only did he throw a second Shatter, he's at 51% again already.
Do some work.
But they're gonna. Wow. I'm still not sure how they clutch that out, but well done.
Big D.Va plays.
Yep, huge D.Va plays there. She was able to push and keep pressure and move people around. Because if you notice, No Mercy was
Omnilus might get staggered here.
And Pepe coming in. That's a huge dragon. It's keeping the tanks separated, and they're not going to be able to survive this one. That was a huge dragon. Did it get any kills? No. But it did exactly what he was intended to do. Separate.
An unfortunate short spawn there for Omnilus. Now Zarathustra's the big man on campus here. Got his Shadow of his own. Omnilus does have one coming back at him, but Zara's gonna be the one looking to make a huge play with this, and see if he can't push this payload into the second point for pretty much free. Oh, good block! Oh, that's huge with the bomb! Oh, what a play from Zarathustra and Nightbot! Oh my gosh! Zarathustra doesn't even care, dude. He hit the Shatter. Oh.
Yeah, the D.Va bomb was huge.
The Shatter set it up. The D.Va bomb put it to bed. Oh my gosh, that's the combo D.Va players live.
Nightbot's going to go high ground to contest the Ashe. If he can't contest the Ashe is going to continue to dominate the team. He's able to get the Ashe off high ground. Hopefully the tanks can take care of the Omnilus.
The Omnilus.
I call him the Omnilus now.
He's the player formerly known as Omnilus in some respects.
If they can't get the D.Va off the ground, they're going to continue to lose points. They pulled out this entrance. That's a big deal. But the Reinhardt was handy, so it didn't matter. He's just going to go down. Zarathustra, please turn to your left and kill Master KX. Looks like it's not going to happen. D.Va is out of her mech, but she's going to get it. Oh, nope, she's dead. I said she was going to get it back. She was getting some high energy really fast. She was at 80%, but looks like Zarathustra.
Maybe not. Oh, this. Oh, hold the Shatter. No, he did it.
He didn't keep backing up.
Oh, don't do it to him, Omnilus. And they're gonna stagger this D.Va. Oh, that feels so bad. I felt so.
No,
no, he's lucky I didn't hit. He might still be dead.
Leave. Zarathustra leave.
Okay, he's alive. He's good. I'm still not sure that
it's gonna split up the team. Brontosaurus off away from the other side of the dragon.
I'm still not sure that hammer from Omnilus was necessary, but sometimes you just gotta do it as a Reinhardt. Oh, the combo again!
That's a huge.
The combo
again. It happens again. It happens again.
Oh. Well, and there's the downside you see to Omnilus having his little Reinhardt pop-off moment, is they didn't have a Shatter to potentially stop that play from coming.
Well, it's not so much that you want to have a counter Shatter. He was way too far ahead of his team in a position that wasn't beneficial to the rest of the team. PePe2020 having to come in here with a Zit trance, and that's going to cost them this round more than likely because they have nothing to protect them from some serious damage here. So what you're going to see is a casual deletion of this Rhine, and then after that,
maybe. He's still doing everything he can.
No, he's going down. Next is the Ana, and then the Lucio's going to try to solve the point for a little bit, but he's going to get deleted by this.
And a well-played attack there from PePe2020. After a couple rough first pushes, Zarathustra and Nightbot coming in huge on some synergy on this Ryan Diva combination. Not a combo you always see, but a welcomed one, especially when they're pulling off plays like that. Wow. That was one of the best Shatter Bomb combos I've seen in a long freaking time. Right before point B. The one before point B.
Which one? There was two.
The one on C was good, but it wasn't quite as good because the bomb wasn't placed perfectly. The bomb was placed well, but if it had been placed like right on top of the payload, it's another 5K.
Actually, it was perfect. The problem was is
that what happened?
I deleted before the bomb off because the shatter was so.
Okay,
huge.
well,
yes,
still. So it's
deleted.
two of the best Shatter Bomb combos I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, they just got deleted before the bomb could even go off. The rest of the team was pushing forward, just capitalizing on that Ryan shatter, because unlike the first one, everyone was actually there. They were able to do some work. The first one, you know, you just had the Ryan up front, and he was able to land that shatter. The Diva bomb came in right after. They were still huge plays. What that shows
absolutely, and playmaking, because like if Zarathustra doesn't hit those shatters, the play's not nearly there. If the bomb's placed in the wrong place, it's not there. It's not only good communication, good shot calling, but it's great follow through and great execution by the side of PePe2020.
Right, and the thing is too is the second shatter, while it was huge, it was
yeah.
Omnilus was in the wrong place situation. But let's see what we got going into this. Zarathustra is just doing some serious work right now. He's almost 40% charging. Questionable charges on both sides. I think we're going to see a deletion of Ryan's on both sides, but I don't know. Zarathustra's in a position that he doesn't want to be in. I think he's going to get deleted here. And oh boy, New Capiturk is able to take out Edgelord on the Genji, but I don't think that they're going to have the support to keep this one out. PePe2020. Zarathustra's able to get res. That's huge. Actually, no, he's not res. He's just way in the back. I'm stupid. You know what?
That res!
Is actually stalling this to a certain level that they can actually win this. Huge res. Nightbot able to use the defense matrix though, make sure the res comes off. Anna's able to keep up Zarathustra.
Wow.
I think we're gonna see a win. They just gotta take out this Genji, which is about to have Blade. So he's got Blade. I expect it to come out right now.
I don't even think he needs to Blade.
He's brave.
I think they just take it there.
He really doesn't. PePe2020 should have won that one, honestly. They had every right and every chance to. They just couldn't take out the Genji, who was at like 12 health. So we're gonna chalk that one up to a loss. Master KX is already about to have his grab. Nightbot switching to Zarya, so he's at a bit of a disadvantage here. They're not gonna have anything to defend against this grab at all. They have no defense for support.
They're just getting staggered right now.
This is gonna be an easy push for No Mercy. No Mercy's gonna push this all the way to the door without ever being stopped. Guaranteed. Unless Magic X throws out a too early in the grab.
It just pushes them back. That's actually, you're okay with that. Because a lot of Streets phase on King's Row isn't necessarily about getting the kills, but more about how do you get free payload compression. And right now, that's what they're doing.
Well, the difference is that was a free kill. If he would have, the Dragons would have been a little bit more to the right. That'd have been 3 dead because they were on the ground. But I think they're still going to be able to capitalize on this. Nano Blade, questionable with that grab. You could have saved that, but they're still going to win this fight. But that grab coming out is questionable at best. Eldorado able to get out alive.
He's got an Ash back in his sight.
Go,
so.
little buddy, go.
Or an Ana. Why do I always mix them up? Right?
A's are hard.
We do see a Pharah swap now for New Capiturk, and he will immediately get taken down. Ouch.
While Pharah is usually good when they don't have hit scan, not so good when you're in a tiny room.
Foxham making some plays now on this Hanzo.
Take out Edgelord, Bronzor able to take out. We're seeing some Hanzo plays here. Zarathustra's going down, and it's honestly like whatever communication PePe had, they've lost it. It's just a madness. They need to figure out what they need to do to get this team back organized, communication back on the board. They're able to hold off No Mercy for a little while, but they really need to regroup, figure out what's going on, and make the right moves. Because as of right now, they're having struggles with the Genji. Brontosaur on Honto is destroyed. It's not really so much the tanks being used.
Oh, and he got... Oh!
Who gets the shatter
Zarathustra!
first? There goes Omnis.
Yes, it was, but good Lord Zarathustra with the shatters on King's Row is just pretty. Not only does he get 2 shatters on attack, gets that shatter, getting Omnilus the shatter in the process, because he procced just that split second earlier. Zarathustra is making some plays on this Reinhardt on King's Row.
So most importantly, what we have here is we have Nightbot with his grab. He's more than likely not going to throw it until he can get that Lucio hold out. Lucio should be dropped right here.
No, this fight is all over the place.
The grab wasn't. The grab isn't what you wanted.
But if you PePe2020, you're happy in the end. You kind of went 3 for 3.
Don't make the
You
grab.
got a reasonably close spawn there.
They're not happy here. They're not hot right here right now.
Cranking out some deeps.
Nightbot is hot. Hot.
Oh.
Charging. Okay, they have nothing. Oh, never mind. They have a line hammer. They have a fly swatter for that. Flying
Oh,
in.
and the pin.
I'll say they have nothing to counter that. The Master Kx goes down.
You're starting to see some life in PePe2020 here on defense. Thinking maybe we can take a match off. Yeah, they're communicating again. That's really what it comes
They're
down to.
communicating. Nightbot is able to
Oh
get
my
his
gosh.
grab already.
Nukabaturk
It's
setting up a little bit of a back flank here. Doesn't have a barrage to
It's
do anything
back.
with.
Here's the
Oh,
best
yeah.
part about this. They don't know he has it. They don't realize how fast he got that. They're using it as a defense.
The Foxum Dragon wins.
Who wins here?
I'm away to
Fox's
that.
Dragon.
And Nukabaturk picking up the kill on the edgelord to end it off. That's a clean team wipe.
That's a team wipe.
Grab Dragons is a fun combo, ladies and gentlemen.
So the big thing here is what's most important about that push is that Lucio
Well, and now-
didn't drop his beat,
Oh, go
which
ahead.
is a great thing.
Right.
He wouldn't have saved his team.
Which is going to be the barrage. It's going to be the Shadow Barrage here
For the next fight.
from Zarathustra and Kappa.
Well, I think he's going to get caught in the shatter. Here comes the shadow barrage. He's going to try and drop beat here. No, he's still holding that beat. He
It is a
must
sick.
really like it.
It is a sick beat, man. You don't want to lose track of your
It's
environment,
precious. He's just going to hold it.
your property.
Questionable.
Yeah, Shatter might have been a little bit
shatter
extra. Especially since Grav is not actually that close from Nightbot this time. You won that fight with just the barrage and the nano. Twigs is now 40 to nano. This could end up being the point, as Omnilus has a shatter, Biggie Twig has a nano, and we saw that beat that we've been talking about for 2 pushes now. And a good block from Zarathustra. That's huge if they're gonna win this, but I don't know if they do.
Ryan Shatter.
Oh!
They have no now. They blew so many old.
Oh,
snaps.
Omnilus
It's showing.
getting the boopage somehow, some way, booping Zarathustra off the map. Probably actually for the better, because he died faster that way.
Don't go to the point. What we need is a slow, wait for your team to group. Nightbot switches to Diva, which is a big play here. They're going to try and utilize this position to the best possible.
But Omnilus is down.
My goodness, that is the fattest anti I've ever seen. Huge dragon. It's able to keep the tanks off the point. They're able to use that moment to be able to heal up. I don't think it's going to be enough for them. Dragons come onto the point. It looks like that's going to
We got a nano mini diva.
Oh, they make it.
Oh my god, Biggie Twig showing up in the kill cam all over the place.
Zarathustra on the Reinhardt. The Winston. Fox on the... Fox is on the hammer. He doesn't make it. Omnilus charges.
Which is huge. You're super happy with that if you're Pepe. We're super happy with
Fantastic.
that. Right.
Considering how Street's face went. No, she had...
And us as
No,
spectators
stop.
are super
They
happy
just went
because
all the way
we get
through.
more Overwatch. And more Overwatch between 2 teams who are playing very well and are showing us why they're the top 2 teams in the split right now. So fun question for you. Without looking, do you know what time it says on Big Ben on this map?
Yes.
On Big Ben on the clock.
On what? No.
It
usually try to
says,
keep my focus on
well,
the
I'm not
ground.
sure, because the hour hand is halfway between 3 and 4, but the minute hand is at 12. So it's saying it's 3:30.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Oh, maybe it's actually 4, because when I go this way, it looks
Maybe
like
it's actually
4.
just.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. So it's 4 o'clock. It's 4 o'clock right now in fine London, England, as these two teams try and round out the match, try and get themselves a W heading into playoffs, and go to look on a strong foot heading into quarterfinals.
5, 4.
I'm not certain if these DPS picks from Pepe hands is the way to go. Also, not so certain about the support picks. You have no defensive ult here. I know that's not always necessary, but at the rate of which Master KX has been building his ult, I think it is. And down goes McCree. But that's a bigger pick right there. Zarathustra taking out Biggie Twig. They've lost their main healing. Let's see if it actually affects them in any capacity. Brontosaur is anti super low, but it doesn't mean they're able to capitalize on that. If they can just keep
that shatter! A good stun coming in there from Foxy to disrupt almost do anything else, but it doesn't really matter as we're going to see the point go over to No Mercy.
If Eldorado can get out of it here with the Mercy, just get back, stop shooting, get back, stop shooting. That's what happens with you. If you could have got back to the Russian teammates.
And we're in overtime now, so if No Mercy slips and leaves the point, that's your map. That's as far as they'll get.
So it looks like they're just leaving the Brig on point. I think that's not the smartest decision. Brig is someone you want up front. Just put Widow
I don't know that I disagree with you. I think I agree with you 100% actually.
Looks like they switched to a
Edgelord with the shot.
Ryan. Zarathustra's back up.
This tire needs to be huge.
But he lifts it. Here comes a.
Oh, it's 2.
Tire.
That's big. That's big.
Lucio. Nope. The Moira and the break. That's a massive hit. Zarathustra needs to get in there.
And they're off the point.
And himself a fat charge. And he does. If he
A good defense there on streets from 2020. This time I can't talk. But that's less tongue twistery than PePe2020.
The other day, speaking of
jeez.
they threw a Nano Mercy out there if you didn't see. Speaking of Nano Mercies, last night we were playing 6 supports, and it was me, AJ, and a few others. And since we're playing 6 supports, I was playing Ana. You Nano Mercy. That's it. You let her Valkyrie, you nano her. I don't know if you've ever.
I bet it feels good as the Mercy to get some resources for a change instead of always being the one given the resources. That's all I gotta say.
All I know is I've won plenty of game playing with Miles when he's playing.
If you can hit the shots, it's absolutely worth it.
Oh, you don't have to. You just get straight in their face.
I'd argue you have to hit the shots to make it fully worth it. Well, then you're hitting the shots then.
Not if the pistol's at your forehead.
Oh yeah,
I know,
I
but
see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's not that hard to hit them when you're that close. But anyways,
I like it. You need something cheesy because you got to hold for a long time with not much time to do it. Make install like nobody else's business. You're gonna be looking at. Yeah, they have no idea. They haven't scouted it at all.
And they don't know. They have no idea. Let's see if they can get to the point altogether.
Especially if it's the right. If it's the D.Va, it's okay because there's the mobility.
It's gonna be devastating.
They're fine. They're fine. They all got in actually.
Looks like they're able to get in there with them.
Twigs might be going down.
Twigs. No.
Maybe.
They're gonna res this.
Here comes a res.
They're able to get a huge pin on the bridge.
Well, the res got cancelled by dead. The worst way to have a res cancelled if your name is Mercy.
What that is a lack. That's a lack of communication. What that should have happened there is that res should have came as soon as she went down. She should have said, "Hey, Diva, I'm gonna res this. Come DM me. Ryan, come stand in front of me. Let's get this done. Ryan charged in. He was able to get the brig, but
And you don't even get to really use your spawn advantage because the brigade's back now. It's not even like a worth I went 1-for-1 there.
Right. Huge dragon is gonna separate the Ryan, but he's able to get off a shatter, and it's gonna take out 2 of them. And
so we got about 2 more pushes left for PePe20 if they're fast. If one of them stalls a little while longer, they're gonna be in make it work territory. It's gotta be on the backs of the heroes on the attack. Zerathustra and Nightbot. Not only does Zerathustra have to deal with the Omnilus, he has to deal with all of the Maywalls to get this shatter off as well. It's gonna be a tough one, but the charge coming in, not gonna do anything. No shatter, but the bomb.
That's a risky charge.
It's not gonna connect
risk.
This
Here comes the
time.
bomb. Oh, they had too much to do to defense that, but Eldorado tried to use his. Wait, that was actually the brig. Brig used her ult, and Bronze Sword did. And
it looks like New Capiturk setting up to get the touch just like before. Trying to at least do his part in stalling out as the dive DPS.
We got a nanoed Ryan on the flank.
It's only one though.
What I'm afraid of is that grab right there.
Oh, this blizzard's about to be huge. No, Zarathustra.
Here comes the dragon on the point. Is he on the point?
Oh, fox him!
I think it's gonna matter. They're gonna slowly start.
Fox him, getting the picks, getting the clutch.
Fox and New Capiturk are able to just make enough picks. Brontosaurus coming back with Tracer.
Oh, Fox him!
Survive this because they don't have any supports on the point.
Oh, Fox is angry and he wants blood.
Oh, they're able to capitalize.
70%, 80%. That's gonna be the point. We're going to streets again.
What they're gonna do is they're just going to wait it out. They have the time.
Oh my god, Foxton's a superhero this map on this Hanzo. Oh my gosh. Zarathustra's got another shatter to go along with it. Gonna probably wait for these dragons from Foxton. Actually waits dumbward. We're in. Oh! Marvelous with that shatter. It's huge.
Unfortunately, they're not able to capitalize on anything. The Zenyatta's gonna come in. I mean, the Genji's gonna come in here and make some work with them. The dragon separates Omnos from the rest of his team. I don't know if he's gonna be able to survive this. He tries to make a charge.
Zarathustra's gotta get back.
Looks like May's gonna come in there and be able to block off some of them. If they can just survive this, Eldorado throws it.
Oh, Zarathustra!
Nightbot is essential right now in his defense. It is May. It's another huge
The
shatter.
Blizzard.
Looks like they got everything they need to win this fight here.
They need to stand that point.
He's gonna try and throw his Blizzard, but it's not good enough.
Oh, stand the point. Okay. Whew. Whew, that grab was making me nervous there for a minute.
If they could just touch the point. Oh man.
That's gonna be
I love
Pepe.
Lamp is trying to make it back in. I don't think they're gonna be able to make it back in.
Yeah, nobody's close. Nobody was short
They're
spawn.
not gonna make it. PePe2020 is gonna win this.
Oh my.
No way to actually make it.
God, what a
no
match.
That's it. That's
What a
PePe2020
match.
deep run for
Holy
champions.
cannoli ravioli in my pants. Whew. Wait, oh, and fuck, this isn't even gonna be the one deep, the shatter bomb. This is gonna be your Grab Dragon 4K. Wow.
I thought it was gonna be the Shatter Bomb. It was
Literally. And I wasn't even, yeah, we weren't even
Shatter
playing
Bomb
it, and that
of
was
my
the biggest one.
and I wasn't even playing.
Wow, man.
19,910 damage
What
coming in from Edgelord. That's an
match.
insane amount of damage coming in. Healing though, look at Twigs with 15,600 damage, and they were running multiple supports at the same time. So that's a lot of
Now that we can
damage,
breathe
a
again.
lot of healing. So, any speculations, any thoughts on that match, AJ? I know you were having struggles watching it. Your problems.
So for anybody who's listening along at home, wondering where I've been, my CPU's overloaded and been running at 80 degrees Celsius. So, you know, everything's fine. That was probably the best map of Overwatch I've ever seen in
Not just map,
PMAOWL.
match. From start to finish.
And I'm going straight down to the map here. That map on King's Row right there was just insane.
I'm getting
Absolutely
Zarathustra,
absurd.
and I've
If
already
we
called
can
one.
get
Who are we getting to
interviews,
No
I would
Mercy?
love to get perfect. I was
Take your
hoping to
pick.
get
Master Cakes.
either Omnilus
Master
or
KX.
Master Cax.
I
Yeah,
would like Master KX.
Master KX.
Yeah, Master KX. I saw
Let's
something
go with
about
him.
Yeah.
We hear from Omnilus all the time.
We need to get
hear from
we need to
Brayden
get
all the time.
the
Let's
Zarya
let's get
Reinthustra.
some Master KX.
For those who didn't turn into the last PePe2020 match, his name was now Zarya.
And so quick thoughts on that map from me though is Zarathustra really just did such a good job
oh
playing there.
my
Speaking
gosh.
of the devil,
What's up, guys?
Zarathustra for real. GG's, you guys. Easily the best map of Overwatch I've ever seen in
100%.
PMAOWL. Excellent games.
That was fucking fun.
There was huge plays all around. Like even like we're trying to break down like micromanage good plays, but it's hard because you know a couple of maps it's like, oh well, this was a bad ult, that's gonna cost them, and that didn't really happen at all in this map. Everyone was using their ults correctly, you know, except for a couple times, but it was much more rare. It was some high octane like big brain game play happening there. Like even at the very end there, Lucio throwing his beat to save the day on PePe2020. When the damage was coming in.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, and that grab freeze combo, I thought it was going to be a force scene
Oh,
of
we were
my
all
life.
yelling.
Hi. My name's Eric, and I have no idea what I just watched. But I want to talk to I think the man of the map. I know Foxham got the MVP for that, or not the MVP, but the play of the game for that grab dragon. But let's be honest, plays of the game, not one, not two, but 3 gigantic fight-winning, map-winning shatters. Talk me through what's going on in your mind. Oh,
Well,
that was a 5K.
The
It was
first
a 5K. It
chat
wasn't
that
a squad.
happened when
Yeah.
he got that quadruple, it was a 5K.
Oh, it was a
okay,
5K.
I'm still shaking a little bit. I'm sorry. But at first, I just want to say, Master KX, huge game tonight. It was such an honor playing you guys. We've been practicing up for this. I just want to say props to your team. You guys did fantastic, no doubt. And who's to say that on a different night it wouldn't be different? You know, so I think obviously
no
1
doubts
and 2
from
in the
anybody there.
league, it showed. So, but I just wanted to throw that out before I started. But the first chat,
You know, sorry,
I didn't even
I don't mean to
call
cut your answer off.
that
but
I
the
was
most
going to
hilarious
shatter.
part about that is, as it was happening, Caleb and I were like, "Yo, that communication between the tanks." And for you to say you didn't even call it just makes me die.
Okay, all right. It'll make me. It'll help. This will go on. So the first time was kind of on accident.
Yeah.
And he just had. Braden is such a phenomenal off tank, and
Big brain.
he's a semi raid boss, I would have to say,
Big
and
brain.
big brain Braden. But I shattered and he threw bomb, and I was like, "Ooh, this could work."
So did
And,
Caleb and I.
You know, 5K happened. We all lost our shit, and we were like, okay. So in my head, I was like, I need to remember that. So because I mean, you guys, No Mercy is super coordinated, so they always stayed right behind Ryan. So if I ever got a shat off, it was just, you know, beautiful. And but so the second big shat, I was like, Braden, do you have bomb? He's like, yeah, I got bomb. I was like, all right, I have shatter. I'm gonna let you know when I'm about to do it. And so Omnilus swung. I saw the opportunity. I was like, shatter now, and he heard it, threw bomb at the same time. Boom, big play. We won that. That was when we were attacking the first time.
Normally I would scold Caleb for making chat references. not this time.
Now the third one was just opportunistic. Yeah. Now the third one was just opportunistic. It really was. Right there at the very end. It was just opportunistic. I came down. I think I got booped up in the air by Lucio, or I may ice wall or something. And as I was coming down, I noticed Ryan right in front of me with his shield up. So I just pressed Q as fast as I could. And,
okay.
He may have like just died or was about to. and I saw my opportunity. I charged in right after the Maywall went down. I timed it, kind of accidentally, kind of on purpose. I was like, I really hope this goes down when I come in. And I hit the cart, and when I did, I think I got booped a little bit and came down and shat.
It was everybody who was on the point.
I think it was a 3 or 4K.
Man of the hour for PePe2020.
So that was.
So flipping the coin. We're gonna talk to Master KX for a second, and I know it feels like literally 7 years ago, but I want to talk about Volskaya. Because even though it feels like we only played King's Row, there was a lot of Overwatch before King's Row tonight. Talk me through Volskaya, because that was just as equally hotly contested of a map. I mean, it went into the rounds 3 and 4. We saw both teams cap the first point. Just talk me through kind of where your team was at heading into those extra rounds and kind of resetting and getting ready to do it all again.
So, I should repeat what Starthus has said. Really good games. This was the best freaking Overwatch I've played in a long time. And I've been playing this game for a while. So, props to you guys' team. Congrats on the win. You guys earned it. That was awesome. For Volskaya, so we normally like run goats. And so we were just like, let's just run goats. And then Dustin was like, let's get a Genji. Because, you know, Nanoblade wins points. And the entire time, me personally, my goal was keep our Rhine alive, keep our Genji alive. We'll probably win through that. And our healers are freaking amazing at keeping everyone up and going. I'm sorry, I don't know if Kristen's allowed. Miles is a phenomenal player. And was just managed and able to get the picks when and where we needed them.
I was pleasantly surprised at your team's coordination within that Goats. Even if I remember right, it was kind of a weird, awkward fight at one point. Omnilus went down early. This was right as you tapped on your first attack. Omnilus went down, but you guys still pushed forward. And Caleb and I were like, "Oh no, don't! You're losing time." I think this might have actually even been an overtime. Now that I think about it. But you guys somehow, some way made that work where you just kind of kept enough pressure that the Nanoblade came through. And while I think that was the Nanoblade that didn't get any kills, it created space then for the rest of the team to get in and get to play. And I was super impressed with the coordination. I was just wondering if that was all called, if it was totally wung and on the fly.
I think they said, I can't remember who was playing around. I think it was Twig. I think he called the Nano accidentally. But you're right. It did manage, like, Dustin and I were walking back, so we were able to get there and start contesting again. I don't know, man. Good. Like, I really like those guys. We just play a lot and play around together, and it's just
can't attest.
The coordination is fantastic.
I got the T-shirt that says "I got shat on by No Mercy," so I can't attest. Okay. I want to throw it over to Caleb for a moment because I'm sure he's got questions.
No, just some great gameplays all around. You know, what more can really be said about big plays? You know, when you see them. For the most part, for me, I mean, I complimented the Zarya plays coming in a lot. Unfortunately, what ended up happening for you, Master KX, is Braden would typically have Grav twice by the time you got your first. And I was saying, Braden's going to, he's destroying his Zarya here. But then the next round of fighting, you would get your Grav 2 times before he got his. And I said it once during the night, is that what we're seeing here is 2 of the best Zaryas in the league playing against each other right now, which I've said for a long time now that since this league started that Master KX and Tingly Daffodil are 2 of the top 3 Zaryas in the league. And it showed. I always say tanks win games, and it couldn't be more true tonight between the Reinhardt plays where Omnilus, I don't know how many times he had Shatter, but he had Shatter for some reason.
Ryan just always has
other
Shatter.
Than the fact
yeah.
That when you run goats into a Reinhardt, it's just going to consistently give him Shatter. And so Yeah, no, just great gameplay all around.
Jumping off of that, I just want to say, Omnilus, if you're listening to this right now, I very much hate you because you pinned me at least 14 times
so
tonight.
many pins.
And it
Welcome to
made
playing.
me so
Welcome to playing Ryan v
mad.
Ryan versus.
That's
I
literally
was
where all the
frustrated.
chatters were coming from.
I was just like, I was
you.
just yelling curse words like after every time I would kill Omnilus. I was like, "F you in the name of brotherhood." You can ask Pepe. That's what I said every time. I was just like, I mean well,
and it's kind of touching back
stop.
to Zhang because we didn't talk much about that. And it's kind of where I think the match took a turn, and it's where we saw a whole new Pepe start to play Overwatch, and it's when Foxman said, "Why am I playing Reinhardt? Put me back on Hanzo and give Matt the Reinhardt." What was?
Well,
please do.
I can talk about that. So going into it, it's no secret we played it now. So we've been practicing goats a lot, and originally, Max was like, I don't want to play goats. Don't want to play goats. I want to try something else. I don't want to play goats. So tonight and this past week, we finally
y'all
have
poo-pooed
convinced him
on
to
us
play
with
it.
So.
And we've been practicing some. And well, and then we ended up losing the first map. But I wasn't.
Give
playing,
a man
so,
3 shatters.
No, I'm kidding. No. Right.
I might have thrown a slight shade at Max for playing Reinhardt.
So, but what had happened is, we had
You're
other
right.
players who could fill roles, and Max has experience on Reinhardt, and we, Wolf wasn't there tonight. He's our main Reinhardt player, and so Max was like, "Here's what we'll do. I'll play Reinhardt as main tank. Braden's still off tank, and then we'll run the goats that way." And it kind of worked in the first match, and then when we did it in Li Zhang, he asked me to play
Especially
Brig.
at 500.
Now, I mean, anybody can hold left click and play Brig, but it takes a. But yeah, exactly. That's the easiest part of it. Thankfully tonight I had decent ping, but after that first map went down, Max was like, "Okay, let me not do this. You play main tank, and then we're gonna try it." So we tried to goats a little bit more, and it just didn't work. And so finally he was like, "Screw it, let's go back to what we know." He switched to Hanzo. I got back on Ryan. And we had the whole squad, and then he popped off.
You had the shatter.
I did okay
you had
on
the
that
shatter
map. I didn't do the best, and then
that was the unspoken shatter.
Okay, so
yeah, I forgot about that one.
To counteract my shade throwing at Max, I just want to say that.
Oh my gosh, that clutch on.
So that's
in
for
King's
you,
Row.
Max. Yeah, that's.
Oh
for
no,
you, Max.
absolutely.
And
we were all like
kill.
defeated. Braden was like, "Oh, it's done," and then Jaden's like, "Oh, I died." And he was like, "Oh, I'm popping off!" I was rushing back to point. Everybody was like, "This is it! This is it!"
Max is upset because I told him that
we didn't say you can't play Ryan. We were just wondering why.
Max, I think you're a wonderful Ryan player.
It's like
we might have implied it a little.
As a whole, we didn't say
I'm kidding.
We didn't.
Anyway,
last
question before we go. This is for each of you. We'll try and keep it short. Playoffs are coming. The playoffs are coming. Talk me through. We talking about playoffs? It is regardless of this. I do believe, although No Mercy still has one more match to play. So if No Mercy loses tomorrow, PePe2020 is the first seed, right? But if
I believe so, I think we're even
but if
No Mercy,
right now. We're
if No
up
Mercy
and down,
wins,
same map loss win.
You're looking at being the 1 and 2
match wins.
As it's shaking out, it looks like I'm not even sure who the matchups are. I'm not going to get into that. Let's just talk, kind of looking towards playoffs, how your teams are feeling, and how your teams are like trying to prep moving forward.
Master, you want to go first?
Sure. For us, honestly, I think we're just gonna keep working on our communication, just bettering and bettering that. Probably looking at switching up some comps, maybe. Because we've been experimenting with a little different things. You saw, the Genji come out, the Tracer and whatnot.
Doomfist.
And the Doomfist. But we're just gonna keep. I think we're just gonna keep going as we are, and we'll only get better from there.
Well said. For us, going forward, I think we're trying to take it one game at a time. At least I do. I always try to take it one map, one match, one game at a time. And I think for us, it's just like he said, it's the small things, communicating, working on our comp and our chemistry together. And because even though we came in slotted real high, I think we still have grown a lot as a team and together as brothers. So that's really cool. We just have to keep that up.
Man, I can't
biased, wait. But I want to see a PePe2020 ban Panther 2020 for the finals, an ultimate election showdown.
Hey, I know us and No Mercy have been at the top this whole time, but I'm not gonna sleep on these other teams because
you better not.
I'm not sleeping on them. I mean,
that's what happened with. That's what happened. That's what happened last season. You had the 8th.
Yeah, I was on that. I was on March on Moon.
Yeah, so anything can happen. That's the great thing about it.
Also on that team, so
nothing's decided yet. So with that, unless we have anything else from anybody here, or if there's any other Twitch chat questions that I missed because I don't have Twitch chat open and AJ started yelling at me for. Right.
There was
I
one
asked
Twitch
it
question,
inadvertently,
but it was already answered. It was, what is the biggest thing you want to work on before finals? So I think that's going to be it.
Is that from TJR or whatever the numbers were?
What are you calling dibs on blood?
Yeah. Anyway, for PMA Overwatch League and for PMALCS, who graciously hosted us tonight, and we were with the Adjective Swamp Daddy himself, the Shaka Khan, and me, the Guy Fieri. For now, we'll be calling it a night. We are going to be back on this channel tomorrow night with another match, as we have another double book tonight for Overwatch League. So come and join us and watch some more Overwatch.